And plus they're a little bit higher. I mean, we have that little guilt thing going on. We also have we're in two different traditions. We got the old school people and we have the new school people. The old school people really believe the house has to be immaculate and perfect at any given time that anybody comes over and knocks on the door. Perfect. I have two parents that are completely crazy. Perfect. My dad would freak out if you walked on the living room, there's footprints. He would go, who was in the living room, there's footprints. He was raised in the military. So trust me, it was brutal. So, and I'm a clean freak myself, but you know what? There's a new generation. And our new generation, we really get that our children need our time. The old generation, it's not that they didn't love their children, but their priorities was they think children should just be okay and they kind of more do the cleaning and they're just going to figure it out on their own, I suppose. We don't really believe that in this generation. This generation, we really believe that we do our ABCs at age 2. We're talking to them since they're born. We talk to them, we communicate with them. They are definitely talked to, or they're seen but not heard in this really old generation, right? We have two different paramounts. So the women today are a little bit having this warp in their brain because they're raised by parents that still kind of brainwash them that I'm supposed to keep the house clean. I'm supposed to do all of this. But there's this new generation about loving our children, holding them, and Papa Bear is holding them and loving them and smooching them and showing affection. It's like fantastic for children. Like my children love their daddy, like a mom. They hold them and touch them and talk to them. And I mean, there's nothing, right? And then that's like fantastic. But the problem is we're spending more time with our children, which means something's got to give, women. We got to teach our children that they can't be super mom over here and super mom here and hold a job and cook and do it everything, which is why men are helping more, which is good. But again, we think as women that we have to do it all and we don't ask for help, especially if you're a mover, a go-getter. It keeps going and going and going.
Why are you looking at me?
Because I know you're the best. Although I have to point my fingers at me. I had to really work on that. I have to work on that if I see dishes in the sink that it is not bothering me. It is not bothering me. Sitting here after work all day and my kids haven't seen me all day and I'm home and I'm playing with my kids is important, and that is not important. I can do that after they're in bed or in the morning. That is not, it's okay that my friends knock on the door and see dishes in my sink. That's very hard because I have to choose this over that. Now, my mom and dad's house, oh, that would not happen. They both have a conniption if they saw my dishes in my sink. Conniption. See what I'm saying? That's hard for us women. So are you a mom? Not yet? Do you want to be one? Yeah. And I know you don't have children. Do you have children? It's Nancy, right?
Yeah.
You have children? How old?
20.
Oh, you're already done. Starting. Mine are 6 and 9. Like I'm just totally there. I know you. Yeah, I know your children.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And I'm your grandma too. And your grandma, I know your grandma too. Yeah. And I haven't really met your children. You're almost done. So the idea is we got to cook our foods. We got to make them softer. We got to heal our digestive system, right? We got to make cooking fun. We got to like cooking. Looking forward to recipes, making great things, enjoying having family and doing all that and like getting excited about it and create a world. So there's one more part of this because you guys are going to think I'm crazy. Because unfortunately, most moms work. So you're all excited, then you go into your real world, and it's everything I said is going to go right out one ear because you're back to reality. So we're going to talk about that. So typically we eat somewhere in here for breakfast. We eat lunch somewhere around there. And the unfortunate thing is dinner is unfortunately similar right about there. For a working normal 8 to 5 job type of person. So this is sort of okay to eat that much time later. This is absolutely scary. So the blood sugars, right, is totally crashed. and you're worked a hard day, you're under a tremendous stress, you pick up the kids, you drove in the traffic, you do all that, and let's pretend you get home somewhere between 5 and 6 o'clock. And now you have to cook a full dinner, so now it's 7 o'clock and you eat. And you're in this state. How many people want to cook? You did really like my class. And you totally believe it and you bought it 100%. But right here, you're like, she's crazy. Like, it ain't happening. Like, she's whacked. Right? So we have to cheat. This is how we cheat. We cheat by either morning people or they're evening people. So who's a morning person? Okay. So you guys would cook breakfast, lunch, and dinner all in the morning and be done with it. And you
Say that again?
You would cook breakfast, lunch, and dinner in the morning and you're done.
Oh.
So that you can eat in a normal time when you get home. Like right when you walk in the door, you should be having dinner. Now, if you work and you come home and you're not a morning person, you don't want to do that, then you're cooking the night before. So like say Sunday night, you cook 2 meals, you ate one, and the next one is Mondays. Now, you've never eaten it, so it's not a leftover. You walk in the door and you rewarm it up on the stove and you feed your family the moment you walk in the door, and your blood levels come way up and your productivity in time, your energies, because you don't feel good, you're overwhelmed, you have too much on your plate, and you're just like, she's adding more stuff to my plate. This is insane. It's not going to happen. But I promise you, when you do 2 more tricks, I'm going to have you guys eat here and here at 3 o'clock, between 3 and 4, depending on when you eat lunch. I need a protein here. Some people need a protein here, and you obviously need a protein here and here, okay? If you had a protein here, and you had another protein here, and you walked in the door, and you did not have to stress for dinner, and you ate another protein, I guarantee you, you're climbing up. I've done this for 14 years.